Nomination of candidates for local governments, including special interest groups who will be at that level, in line with Section 132 of the Local Governments Act, shall take place from the 3rd to the 12th of September 2025. I repeat, nominations for all local government elective positions will take place from the 3rd to the 12th of September 2025. Secondly, nomination of candidates for parliamentary elections shall take place from the 16th to the 17th of September 2025. Nominations for parliamentary elections 16th to 17th September 2025. Thirdly, nomination of candidates for presidential elections, as mentioned earlier, shall take place from 23rd to the 24th of September 2025. Then nomination of candidates for special interest groups representatives to local governments will take place on the 8th to the 12th of December 2025. Conduct of candidates' campaigns, presidential elections, that is for presidential elections, in line with the Section 22 of the Presidential Elections Act, will take place from the 4th of October 2025 to 12th January 2026. Campaigns for presidential elections will be conducted will be held from 4th of October 2025 to 12th January 2026. Conduct of campaigns for parliamentary elections will take place from 23rd September 2025 to 12th January 2026. Campaigns for parliamentary elections from 23rd September 2025 to 12th January 2026. Conduct of candidates' campaigns for local governments, including special interest groups, will take place from the 13th of September 2025 to 12th January 2026. Polling period or voting period for presidential, parliamentary, and local government councils, including that is city or district, municipality or city division, and sub-county or town or municipal division, including 6 representatives, which elections are in line with Article 61, Clause 2 of the Constitution, will take place between the 12th of January and the 9th of February 2026. Elections for all these categories under Article 61, Clause 2 are scheduled for the period between January to 9th February 2026. The specific dates will be announced after nominations as the law prescribes. Political parties and organizations, as well as independent aspirants, are urged to carefully observe the above timelines. The Commission further wishes to advise on critical pre-nomination procedures as follows. According to Section 10, subsection B of the Presidential Elections Act, a presidential candidate's nomination shall be supported by not less than 100 persons who are registered voters in each of at least 2/3 of all the districts in Uganda, which translates to about 97 districts. So each presidential candidate is supposed to get 100 supporters from each of the 97 districts of the country. That is the 2/3 of the current districts in the country. The Commission will be announcing the start date for collecting the supporter forms along with the timelines for the collection of the signatures and submission to the Commission for verification of the supporters. Additionally, the Commission will announce the date for collection of nomination forms for parliamentary and local government councils elections, as well as the relevant nomination guidelines. Another point that I would like to address you upon is the clarification on establishment or verification of academic qualifications. The Commission wishes to clarify on the matter of establishing or verifying of one's academic qualifications with the Electoral Commission by aspirants in preparation for the general elections as follows. Aspirants who want to contest for office of the President or Member of Parliament or district or city chairperson or Lord Mayor are required by law to have a minimum qualification of advanced level standard or its equivalent. That is in the law. Secondly, those persons or aspirants who obtained the said qualifications, that is A level, or a higher qualification than A level outside Uganda, are required to have their qualifications verified by the National Council for Higher Education in consultation with the Uganda National Examinations Board, or UNEB, and obtain a certificate issued by the National Council for Higher Education to that effect. Secondly, those who did not obtain A-level standard education in Uganda or outside Uganda, but have other qualifications like certificates, diplomas, and so on, which they claim to be equivalent to A-level standard of Uganda, must obtain a certificate of equivalence issued by the National Council for Higher Education in that regard. Thirdly, all those persons or aspirants who obtained the certificate of equivalence from National Council for Education are required to establish that they have the requisite academic qualifications by submitting the said certificate from NCHE, or National Council for Education, to the Electoral Commission headquarters or the district election administrator in the district where that person wishes to contest, at least 2 months before nominations. Fourthly or fifthly, we would like you to note that if you contested in the 2021 general elections and you obtained a certificate of equivalence from National Council for Education, that certificate is not allowed or relevant for purposes of the 2025-26 general elections. You have to go back to NCHE to issue you a fresh certificate of equivalence. To the Electoral Commission for this press briefing on the ongoing activities organized by the Electoral Commission for the 2025-26 general elections. Today, we'd like to update the people of Uganda through you, the press, about some of the activities that are lined up, some adjustments we have made on some of the dates, and so on and so forth. To begin with, the Electoral Commission has adjusted the dates for the nomination of presidential elections, which was earlier scheduled to be conducted on the 2nd and 3rd of October 2025. The nominations will now take place on the 23rd and the 24th September 2025. I repeat, nominations for presidential aspirants will take place on the 23rd and 24th September 2025, not 2nd and 3rd October, as earlier announced. The Commission has made this adjustment after taking into consideration the post-nomination processes that have to be concluded before the candidates hit or get on the campaign trail. These include the capturing of presidential nomination returns, production of ballot paper samples, harmonization of the campaign programs, and signing of the memorandum of undertaking by all the nominated candidates. After taking into account all the above, the Commission realized that if we were to maintain the earlier nomination dates, these post-nomination processes would drastically reduce the period available to the presidential candidates for the campaigns. The Commission would also like to take this opportunity to remind the aspirants for all the various elective positions, as well as the general public, to take note of the following key dates under the roadmap for the general elections.